As we explore the mindset of a narcissist, one recurring idea emerges persistently. Understanding the complex layers of those identified as narcissists unveils a tapestry of flaws woven into their personalities. At the core of their complexity is an intense fixation on you, a fixation that binds them irrevocably. This mental focus often revolves around erroneous beliefs, highlighting the distorted lens through which narcissists view reality. Stay tuned for our upcoming segment, where we delve deeper into this enigmatic subject. Welcome back, everyone, to our program. Today, we embark on a journey through the recurring thought patterns of narcissists, particularly post-relationship, as depicted in the film we're about to watch. This persistent thought significantly shapes their skewed and fantastical worldview, influencing their perception of you, their interpersonal connections, and their understanding of emotions. It is a cornerstone of their cognitive landscape, and I am ready to unravel its complexities within the cinematic narrative. As many of you may know, it's important to understand that narcissists think and act very differently from the rest of us. Their cognitive distortions lead them astray and give them a distorted view of reality. They often struggle to articulate their thoughts, and when they do, it comes across as confusing and vague. Narcissists harbor many false beliefs about themselves stemming from dysfunctional parts of their ego. They go to great lengths to hide their weaknesses, fearing that showing vulnerability will make them easy targets for others. Narcissists dislike being open and honest about their feelings because they believe it will make them lose control. While most people seek respect and understanding in relationships, narcissists view themselves as superior to those around them and treat others poorly. This attitude leads them to see relationships as transactions where they evaluate what the other person can do for them. For narcissists, receiving praise and approval is a crucial source of strength and control, reinforcing their sense of entitlement. People are put into groups by the narcissist based on the supply they give, which means how much value they think the narcissist gets from them. Personalities like sensitivity, understanding, kindness, and patience are very valuable to narcissists because they meet many of their needs and are their main sources of reinforcement. The narcissist's manipulation skills are fueled by this constant flow of praise and kindness, which helps them keep up their false sense of control through dishonest means. Narcissistic relationships are based on the idea that people don't like being vulnerable. When narcissists hide how they really feel, they protect themselves from being used or manipulated. Sincere emotional expression builds trust and closeness in all kinds of relationships, from friendships to love partnerships to family ties. Narcissists, on the other hand, avoid being real because they want to protect themselves. They keep up a front of being strong and unbreakable to keep up the illusion that they are in charge of other people. The narcissist sees vulnerability in a different way. They see it as a weakness that others could use against them. They are afraid of showing their feelings because they think it will make them easy to manipulate, which is similar to how they tend to take advantage of others. So, they take a defensive stance and carefully manage their surroundings to avoid showing signs of weakness or fragility. This behavior comes from having a skewed view of oneself because of a broken ego from childhood. When people talk about narcissism, they often talk about how narcissists change from a young age. A lot of the time, these people have trouble accepting themselves as they are, and they may face rejection from parents or other important people in their lives, which makes them feel alone. To fill this emotional void, they create a different personality or persona that fits with what society expects of them. This is a way for them to stay alive. By following what they think are social norms, this adaptation helps them get the respect and praise they want. As a way to make yourself more likable and lower your risk of being rejected, this adaptation may show up as copying the behaviors, hobbies, or attitudes of friends, romantic partners, or peers. This kind of behavior shows how much the narcissist needs others to be patient, understanding, kind, and empathetic. The narcissist takes on different identities to try to feel stable about who they are, even if it means relying on outside approval. But this consistency is still hard to find. Narcissists have serious problems with their sense of self, which are made worse by a deep-seated fear of being open and vulnerable. They walk a dangerous tightrope, switching between different parts of their personality depending on the situation and the people involved. This is because they have complex personality disorders, dysfunctional attachment patterns, and ongoing attachment problems. Their actions can become very strange and shocking, especially when their deepest fears come true, like when they feel alone and abandoned. People who are at first seen as friendly and outgoing may quickly turn into angry and hostile individuals, leaving their partners confused and questioning the truth of their former image. Narcissists act in such a crazy way because they are constantly wanting to be in charge and be admired, which makes them try to change things to benefit themselves. When narcissists are with respected people who can understand, be patient, and be kind, it may temporarily make their constant fight easier. But this break doesn't last long. Over time, the narcissist gets used to the way the relationship works, knowing that their partner will always love and support them. But when they get bored, they look for something new, often by making big changes to how they act or making new friends to keep up their act of being charming and likable. Narcissists think that once they have a relationship, especially one that will last, they don't have to put in as much work to keep it going. This belief that they will always have their partner reinforces their attachment problems because they think their partner will always be in their circle, which makes manipulative behaviors like giving their partner the silent treatment okay. This behavior serves two purposes. It shows that they are in charge while also hiding who they really are from others. Because of bad things that happened to them as kids, narcissists often deal with a lot of bad things. They think that showing their weak spots would break down their carefully built facade, which is not true. Because of this, they create different characters to hide how fragile they really are, which keeps them from being themselves. Narcissists are very good at hiding their wounds and triggers by fitting in with different groups of people and places, which is very different from most people who stay true to themselves. But their tendency to change shapes is a strong psychological block that keeps them from accepting and showing who they really are. They are stuck in a loop of entitlement and think, wrongly, that just being in a relationship makes the other person loyal forever, so they don't have to do anything else to strengthen the bond. Their main problem is that they can't make good connections with other people. Narcissists often cause problems in their relationships by holding grudges and saying hurtful things behind closed doors. They have a hard time making real bonds with others, including partners, friends, and family. Sadly, the feeling of safety in the relationship doesn't translate into respecting the wants of the other person. When narcissists think about what they want, they often don't think about or care about what their partners want or need. They see them as tools for their own gain. Because they can't make real connections with themselves, they can't build lasting relationships. Instead, they have shallow interactions that don't last or go deep. These weak ties are flawed from the start because they are based on a need for control instead of real emotional closeness. When narcissists are in a relationship, they only want to meet their own needs and don't care about the other person's needs. They don't want to grow or understand each other. This uneven relationship isn't caused by bad intentions. It's because they don't understand what true exchange means in relationships, and their focus on themselves takes precedence over the needs of others. Narcissists feel strong emotions, often stronger than the average person. These emotions can be very bad. But because they can't control these feelings and get the help they need, they act in unhealthy ways, giving the impression that they have multiple identities that are controlled by their ego and inner stories. Because they can't control their feelings in a healthy way, they depend on others a lot for the mental support they can't give themselves. This dependence shows up as a constant need for the energy and mental support of the people around them, making you an important source of power in their lives. The constant need for your emotional support can be very tiring, since you are always expected to comfort and reassure them. Narcissists have a lot of relationships because they need praise and validation from many people, like close friends, ex-partners, and anyone else they think will give it to them. They constantly look for comfort, often from more than one source, because they can't get enough of it. But giving this kind of care all the time can be tiring, and it takes constant work to make people feel safe and comforted. Narcissists, on the other hand, think they deserve this level of loyalty because they don't understand the depth of connection and reciprocity that are needed in real relationships. There is a basic lack of true emotional connection with narcissists, which leads to the inherent uncertainty and instability in relationships with them. At first, narcissists are very good at showing that they are exactly what their partner wants and expects, making it look like they are a great match. But once they feel safe in the relationship, they lose interest. As the thrill of pursuing fades, they look for new experiences and thrills elsewhere, which weakens the relationship in the long run. Narcissists put people in their lives into groups based on what they do for them. The main source is a steady source of ego fuel, giving a steady flow of approval and energy. Secondary sources, on the other hand, include friendships or short-term connections that give the narcissist short-term boosts to their ego or energy, in addition to what they get from their main source. No matter how good or bad the relationships are, they serve the narcissist's purpose as long as they make them feel important and noticed. When dealing with a narcissist, a no-contact approach works because it cuts them off from the constant emotional, psychological, and energetic support they need from you. People who are constantly giving narcissists this kind of assistance need to stop in order to protect their mental health. It's like keeping a valuable prize safe inside you. Narcissists are known for wearing down other people's mental strength, leaving them feeling drained and worn out. People risk running out of emotional supplies if they don't set these limits. There is no doubt that a narcissist's actions come from their strong belief that they deserve constant praise and attention. They live with the belief that they earn help and support all the time. The point of this video is to stress how important it is to protect your inner assets, like your kindness and sensitivity. It is important to be careful when sharing these traits because narcissists may use them to get what they want. Understanding the narcissist's basic demands and their belief that they are entitled to your emotional energy will help you protect your emotional assets. Realizing how important your mental health is and keeping it safe from people who might abuse it or not care about it is very important. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. We look forward to hearing your ideas and stories, so please leave them in the comments section below. If you liked or found this movie helpful or interesting, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your participation helps us reach and help more people who are having the same problems. Take care until next time, and goodbye for now.
Well, hello there, wonderful folks. It's such a delight to have you back. Today's agenda? Exploring a topic that's likely crossed many of your paths, the aftermath of parting ways with a narcissist. Ever experience that gut-wrenching feeling when a narcissist abruptly ends things or leaves you utterly bewildered? It's all part of their elaborate scheme to maintain control. The twist? Narcissists harbor secrets divulged only gradually to select others. Today we're peeling back the layers to reveal some of these concealed truths that narcissists work tirelessly to bury after cutting ties. Here's a teaser: their hold on you isn't quite severed yet. That said, whether you've weathered a narcissistic breakup or are simply intrigued by their behavior, prepare for a riveting exposé. Brace yourselves for the startling revelations narcissists would prefer remained hidden. Let's dive right in. 1. The illusion of transformation. Narcissists excel at deception. They craft a facade of change, despite their actions betraying their true nature. Deep down, they remain unchanged, clinging to harmful traits and destructive patterns. They may deftly shift blame onto you, leading you to believe you were the catalyst for their misdeeds. As they seek new avenues to gratify their desires, they go to great lengths to portray growth and contentment. Their aim? Undermining your perception of their danger and rationalizing past inflictions of pain. Let's not be fooled by the front, though. There has been no significant change in the ego. Their main goal is to get you to believe that their new supply is better than yours, which will let them off the hook for past mistakes. If they try to make a comeback, they'll put on a show of regret and change, saying they will make things right. But these are just empty words. The truth is that the narcissist never really loved you and can't change. Their excuses and promises to change are just ways for them to get back in charge of you. Once they're back in your life, the abuse will start all over again, getting worse each time until they leave you again. The narcissist story depends on you holding on to the hope of change. This keeps them feeling good about themselves and lets them off the hook for their actions. 2. Sneaky plans to return. When a narcissist dumps someone, they hide their desire to get back together with them. No matter how long it's been since the breakup, they always seem to find their way back to old sources of selfish pleasure. The narcissist is always planning to get back together with their ex, even if it's been days, months, or even years. For a narcissist, people are just things they own, and the fact that you broke up with them doesn't stop them from dreaming about how excited you are for them to come back. There is hope in the mess they've left behind, even though they've left you all confused. This move was planned to trick you into seeing things clearly and putting things to rest when they eventually come back. 3. Ways to keep an eye on things. The narcissist hides the fact that they are still keeping an eye on your life even after the relationship is over. Even after you've cut ties with them, they will still be obsessed with your every move, whether they're watching you in person or following you online. They are still very interested in your health, what you do, how you're recovering from their abuse, and any new relationships you make. If you try to set limits or stop talking to them to set boundaries, they will only find other ways to stay in charge of your life. This could mean pretending to be worried and calling your friends and family to find out where you are and what you're doing. A narcissist doesn't feel like they lose power over you when a relationship ends. They think of you as their property and think they have the right to stay in your life. Because of this, they keep trying to stay in touch with you, either directly or indirectly, so they can keep their hold on you. 4. The story doesn't end. One common way narcissists act is by avoiding end. People involved won't explain or make peace with the end of the relationship, so you'll have to figure out for yourself why, how, and when things